So it's manufacturing employment that's been destroyed by automation and robotics and so on. And then, computerization has eliminated whole layers of white-collar jobs. And so those two forms of automation have probably done more to hollow out middle-class employment and standard of life.
If the UK doesn't participate in this new technological wave, that seems to have, it's going to take a lot of jobs. Cars are going to drive themselves. Waymo just announced that they're coming to London, which is the driverless cars. And driving is the biggest occupation in the world, for example. So you've got immediate disruption there. And where does the money accrue to? Well, it accrues to who owns Waymo, which is what, Google and Silicon Valley companies?
Alphabet owns Waymo 100%, I think.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, so I was in India a few months ago talking to the government ministers because they're holding the next global AI summit in February. And their view going in was, AI is great. We're going to use it to, turbocharge the growth of our Indian economy. When, for example, you have AGI, you have AGI-controlled robots that can do all the manufacturing, that can do agriculture, that can do all the white-collar work. And goods and services that might have been produced by Indians will instead be produced by American-controlled AGI systems at much lower prices. A consumer given a choice between an expensive product produced by Indians or a cheap product produced by American robots will probably choose the cheap product produced by American robots. And so potentially every country in the world, with the possible exception of North Korea, will become a kind of a client state of American AI companies.
A client state of American AI companies is exactly what I'm concerned about for the UK economy, really any economy outside of the United States. I guess one could also say China, but because those are the two nations that are taking AI most seriously. Mm. And I don't know what our economy becomes. I can't figure out what the British economy becomes in such a world. Is it tourism? I don't know. Like, you come here to look at the Buckingham Palace.
You can think about countries, but I mean, even for the United States, it's the same problem.
At least they'll be able to tax the hell out of these.
So some small fraction of the population will be running maybe the AI companies, but increasingly, even those companies will be replacing their human employees with AI systems. Mm-hmm. So Amazon, for example, which sells a lot of computing services to AI companies, is using AI to replace layers of management, is planning to use robots to replace all of its warehouse workers, and so on. So even the giant AI companies will have few human employees. In the long run, I mean, think of the situation, pity the poor CEO whose board says, well, unless you turn over your decision-making power to the AI system, we're going to have to fire you because all our competitors are using, an AI-powered CEO and they're doing much better.
Amazon plans to replace 600,000 workers with robots in a memo that just leaked, which has been widely talked about. And the CEO, Andy Jassy, told employees that the company expects its corporate workforce to shrink in the coming years because of AI and AI agents. And they've publicly gone live with saying that they're going to cut 14,000 corporate jobs in the near term as part of its refocus on AI investment and efficiency. It's interesting because I was reading about the sort of different quotes from different AI leaders about the speed in which this stuff is going to happen.